KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Sunny skies, warm, windy conditions here for our Tuesday, an afternoon high of around 78. Southeast winds could gust near 30 at times. We'll see a chance of scattered thunderstorms late this evening into tonight, with a low down to around 60. A high tomorrow of around 76, with another chance of evening thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. We were gone yesterday. We are back in full effect. Old school. Austin on the ones and twos. AO making us look good and sound good, keeping us on in check.
Yep.
Got 8 minutes. We went a little long with Strick, but this is Jay Foreman and Kenny Wilhite. We're brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock. Walk in there and ask the butcher, say, I want every type of meat, every type of cut. Walk in and say, what's up? Anyways, before we even get into spring ball and all that stuff, I want to formally. This is Ebonics and stuff. Look, you Nebraska. Look, formally. You guys are driving home. They gonna walk in the house. Like, hey, Jay Foreman said it is a word. No, do not. My
word enunciation
is just under Charles Barkley. I don't care either. Anyways, I want to congratulate Kenny on the new position, because I know for a fact you're gonna do well. I look forward to come up and seeing you.
Appreciate it.
And they're gonna be more than once. I know they should be excited. I think they are going to be more than pleasantly surprised. I think the opportunity fits. I think it's going to work out well. I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise.
Appreciate you,
I still am, biased and still think that you should be at Nebraska, but that's just the way it goes. But at the end of the day, like my mom always says, when one door closes, one always open, and always happens to good people. So I want to say that because we've talked and stuff like that. Should you, shouldn't, say, man, dude, this is something that you're passionate about, and I know you can do it. And have probably been wanting to do it for a while. It's a great opportunity. And you can go and have impact on a lot of younger kids that are going to go off and do some great things. And that's what you've been doing, ever since you've been back in Nebraska, even when I ran into you down at the coach's clinic with Coach Sam.
Yep.
And, so it's been a long time
ago.
Long. You see, you thought I forgot.
I thought you forgot about that. I don't
forget that stuff, man.
Wow.
So it's good, man.
Appreciate
I think it's, a great opportunity, to pave your own path for the program. I'm really excited to see you do it and kind of use, what you've learned from, Coach Osborne, Coach Sam. We got the thing with Coach Solich coming up.
Yep. Lots of people
that you got to lean on.
Yep.
And but it's really, really good. And also I want to, give the school kudos as well to, not do the simple thing. Hire somebody from another town. Hire somebody from where. Let's go get something that's really going to be impactful, right? And one thing I always say is that for somebody to reach out to Kenny, that obviously he's been doing a good job because one, you've been here through a few coaching changes, administrations, let's call them, but then also, even though you hadn't been a head coach or a coordinator, they know that you have head coaching capabilities. And so I think it's going to be a home run, knock it out the park. Nebraska football gets me excited, it's just in my blood. But now I'm even more excited because I'm be checking you out. I'll be checking you out and stuff. And so, hey, it's going to be on and popping, man. So I got to make sure of this, Kenny. When I come up there and I'm on the sidelines, I ain't like that Gilly and stuff when Gion had down at Jackson State. y'all about to win the game, and then you see me in the end zone celebrating.
No, don't do that.
15-yard penalty.
Don't do that.
Then you get a, hey, can he come into the? Who was that you
Who
had?
was that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's not allowed to back here anymore, man. But I want to say congratulations from me personally because I'm happy for you. I kind of knew before, but it was official yesterday. Look good on you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Purple look good on you, bro.
Back in purple.
Hey, but you look good. It look good on you, though. You know what I'm saying? And you look coach official.
Coach official.
Hey, Austin had the sweatpants on.
No, those weren't. Well, they kind of were sweat.
They kind of was
athleisure.
Yeah, what he said.
But they was looking sharp. Not the sweatpants that
no
I wear around.
Had a nice
kicking
little
it.
crease.
They had real. Those are real deal coaching sweats.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you be in there, you got to be comfortable.
Got to be comfortable.
Had the pullover on. Had the fresh shine.
And it was all Under Armour. I felt so weird.
Right, but you know what's funny? You remember when I used to, hey, Austin, I used to come down and sometimes go to practice or whatever. And so, they would never lace a brother out. You know what I mean? And I don't really never go in there and ask for anything. Practice started at 8. I'm getting there at 8, So I walk in, I had at this other Nike hat, it was just a big old Nike swoosh. Kenny come up to me and say, bruh, what you got on? I was like, this is paid for by me. When they want to change my sponsorship, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? So now he knows what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have different sponsorship, man. But I'm happy for you, bro.
Appreciate it, man. It was a tough decision, but I've always wanted to be a head coach.
Yeah.
But I went up there and met with the guys and good group of guys,
right.
A couple coaches that are already in place. They're going to do a lot of work for me while I'm here. I'm probably going to go up at the end of May, early June, get started with the off-season program. So it was fun to get it over with. Now it's time to get to work.
And I want to, you know what, we're going to get into a little bit more. I want to ask some more, in this next segment. But, as far as the off-season program, getting used to the restrictions, right? What you can and can't do. Are you going to lean on Boyd? You going to call Boyd up? I mean, I know because look, the one thing I would say is to be a part of 3 staffs. It wasn't like you were oblivious to what needed to be done in the weight room, and also what Coach said. All this. So and I'm sure how many you about to be a chief?
Yeah.
Are you going to get chief up there?
He already said he was going to come up.
Okay, well then that's when I'm coming.
He already said he was going to come up. So it's crazy you bring that up because there's a guy that's on staff. I'm gonna keep him on as the offensive coordinator. He also does the strength program. So we're gonna collaborate on that.
Right.
And I watched him work yesterday. And he's really good with the kids.
Right.
And then the defensive coordinator guy, his dad's on staff. He was on staff. I'm gonna keep him on staff, but he's finishing up school at South Dakota. So we sat down, we got on the board, and the offensive coordinator started putting his stuff on the board, and I'm like, hold on, bro. Because they were a wing tee,
Oh, they were old school. They weren't. They in the Army.
Yeah. So
yeah. I think
but his
Air Force.
Well, funny enough, Army's actually going to shotgun offense now.
Yeah, but that's what Army's always been, right?
So his lettering for positions were totally way off. So I'm looking at the defense coordinator. I'm like, what? But I told him, I said, this is you. I'm not going to intervene. That's you. I said, unless I need to, this is you. If that wording gets our kids to line up and play fast, we're going to leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
Meaning the letters of positions and how he's wording it.
Yeah.
So less is more. So the defensive guy got up there and he drew up what he wanted to do, and he wants to do a 3-3-5 in high school. So I asked the guy that has been there, because the defense coordinator would be new also, do we have the guys to run a 3-3-5 against the teams we're going to play? He agreed that it'd be a good defense, and then he put it up there because he visited with K-State recently.
Okay.
He and his dad went down to K-State, and no offense to nerds, but he's a nerd. He's
football junkie.
So I'm gonna let them two do their thing, and I told him I'll help with the secondary if he needs me, but I'm gonna let them do their thing. And we're gonna go for that. I said we're gonna have fun. Ultimately, it's about the kids, and how we can get them ready for either college or life after high school. That's what I'm doing it for. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's ultimately about the kids and how we can be beneficial to them. So they both agreed to it, and it was a good meeting.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's always, I know it's a big challenge, but obviously knowing what you're made of, you definitely are built for it. So we're gonna go to a break, then we come back. I'm gonna ask him a few more questions about it, about the opportunity, and then we're gonna jump into Husker football like always. A little NBA action on the second half of the hour, and see if we want to revisit our picks because this is a big old injury weekend. So this is old school. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and the Internet. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
There's a new way to vacay. Fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues.
Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
Marcus Satterfield describing Harburg as a runner.
Eric Crouch was at practice today. He's a little bit bigger than, Eric was.
There you go.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
I didn't do anything. He brought Eric.
I know. No, I know. I'm talking to Satterfield. Don't do it.
Okay, yeah.
Don't do it. We've heard this before. We've heard comparisons to Husker greats before. Don't do it.
That's right.
Just don't. Just avoid that like
didn't
the
work
plague.
well, yeah. The Heisman guy over there, and he's bigger than him. So
Yeah,
I
this
don't
guy
know.
won a Heisman. This guy's bigger than him. He's got a super flat. This guy won a Heisman.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back after a short break. Old school. Jay Foreman, Kenny Woolhite. Just broke the good news. Obviously, Kenny's going to be moving on to be a head coach. I know I'm excited for him. I know Austin is. Everybody's excited for him, and they should be excited that he's coming. I wanted to ask a few more questions, Kenny. What, I guess, class is the school? You know what I mean? Is it based on enrollment?
It's enrollment. It's the same as Nebraska, but it's like somewhat similar to Class C.
Okay, good. Yeah. And so how many – and it's 11-man, right?
Yeah, and then
11.
So I don't know nothing about 8-man.
Right. I was about to say, man,
it's
that's
football. It's football.
It's football.
Not that 8-man isn't football. I like 8-man football. You've had some really good players come from 8-man schools.
Oh, yeah.
It's 11-man.
So how many kids are in that school about 550? Right.
Yeah.
And how big do you think you're
60, 65.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's it's over 10%. And that's usually the reason why I was asking. So
yeah,
it's good, man. And so you'll get up there, get situated, and then
we're starting Tuesday, May 30th will be our first morning lifting and running session.
Oh, so you can do all that.
You can do off-season workouts, and you can have pads on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can go have pads. Oh, yeah.
Don't do them like
no. We talked about.
You got a pit down there that's in the D line, no line down there.
There's no pit.
No pit.
They actually have really nice facilities. I mean, when I walked in, I was like, "Holy!" The school is pretty much brand new,
right?
But it's elementary, middle, and high school.
Okay.
And they're all attached.
Yeah. So kids can kind of see where they're going to
they're going to end up. But the field is nice. Practice fields are nice. The equipment is nice,
right?
So there won't be an issue. Everything's in place.
Yeah, right.
So they were 6-4 last year,
right?
So we just got to take that and build on. I met with the guys and told them what going forward. This is how it's going to be.
Right.
I basically told them I don't have a lot of rules,
right?
But the rules I'm going to have, you're going to
be serious.
Going to be serious about them.
Right.
But I want a loose team. I want a tough team. I want a physical team. I want an in shape team.
Right.
And I want guys that love football.
Right.
I told them, I said, I'm gonna say this just like I said it to the kids. I'm gonna use 3 letters, then I'll tell you what those 3 letters mean after I tell you 3 letters.
Right.
But these are the guys I do not want. I don't want any ERWs.
Eat, ride, warm up. I like
right.
That.
So all of them looked at me and I was like, I'm gonna tell you. That means guys that all they want to do is eat, ride the bus, and warm up. Just so their girlfriends can see them wearing a uniform. I don't want those guys. I said I want guys that love the game of football, but the work that comes with it also.
Right.
We're not doing this for you to have a girlfriend and wear your jersey to walk down the hallway.
Right. And you ain't got no intention of playing.
And you ain't got no
and you in distraction.
So yeah, I said I don't want that. So a couple of kids I called out, and not really called out, but there's a certain respect factor.
Right.
And I told them that. I said I want kids that's going to be respectful to whoever they come across. When you meet somebody in the cafeteria workers, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. If I walk up on you and you're talking crazy to one of them, it's not going to be good for you. So respect was number one rule, and then respect for each other that's in this room.
Right.
We play together. I said a team that the only way you're going to be a good football team is if you hold each other accountable. Right. So I said, if you're out with him and he's doing something crazy, you're just as guilty as him.
Right.
So just some little things like that. And then so there was 2 kids, 2 of them had their hoods on. Right. And I'm big on not having hoods in the building or hats on in the building. So I said, just this year, 1 pass. I said, but for now on, if we have a meeting or if you're in a class, no hoods on in your classroom, no hats on. I'm going to walk the halls. And if I see you with a hood or a hat on, we're going to have some issues.
Right.
that's a respect for the teacher.
Right.
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 And then no cell phone. So they all agreed
Yeah.
to it. And then,
That's good, man.
Yeah. So,
And do you have some key players coming back? I mean, obviously quarterback. Or do you have
the
some
quarterback, I watched a little of the film last year, and the quarterback couldn't throw it. He
Right.
couldn't hit. That wall with the
Right.
ball.
Oh yeah, so
Baseball.
so they went in tradition.
So yeah, they won state basketball 2 years in a row, and then some of the guys play football too.
Okay.
So again, I got to watch them lift a little bit, and some
Any
good sized kids in there.
any basketball players you're going to get out for football? Anyone? you
I
got your
didn't
eyes on?
get the chance to see the
You
full
get a tight
basketball
end.
team.
Hastings
You get
Ruckles.
I didn't.
I get tight end.
You need one.
That's what you need, a tight end. Hey, you don't got blocked, just get open.
Just get open.
Yeah.
So it's some talent there. It's gonna take some time for them to feel comfortable with me.
Right. Right.
I told them, I said, I'm not going. So I told them, I said, it's going to take me a while to learn your name. So you may have a nickname.
Right.
Don't take offense to it. Like there was a guy with curly hair, and I said, hey, Curly. He wasn't paying attention.
Right.
I said, Curly, what you smiling about? Everybody just fell out laughing. So I said, I want to have a loose team. I want everybody to be relaxed. Then I asked one kid a question. He was scared to raise his hand all the way up. I said, yo, we're all family in here. Don't be
Right.
afraid to raise your hand. Raise your hand high. Say it with your chest. Then I asked another kid a question. He said it was chest. I said, you a freshman? You're not a freshman anymore. You know what I mean? Because he said he was a freshman, going to be a sophomore. I said, you're not a freshman anymore. You're a sophomore. So it was all fun.
Right.
Again, you got off season stuff you can do. We talked about a couple of camps we may try to get to. May have a 7-on-7 up there.
Right.
So
it's cool, man. Yeah, again, we happy for you, man. I know
Appreciate
you do well. So we're gonna move on to a little Husker news. Obviously, they had practice today. I think Marcus Satterfield spoke along with Donnie Raiola. Austin, do you have some quotes coming out of there?
I do. Where do you want to start?
We'll go with the offensive coordinator. That's what everybody wants to know. What type of offense we playing?
Okay.
Quarterback issues. and
Okay,
everything.
quarterbacks. Yep, let's start with the quarterbacks. First thing that stood out to me, Marcus Satterfield said about Jeff Sims, has a nice, calming demeanor out there, never too high, never too low.
been down that road before. Calming demeanor. We need
somebody with some
Kind of like what Whipple was saying last year,
jalapeno
right?
up their butt.
Yes. I mean, I don't know the kid,
Yeah.
so but right now it's all superficial. It's spring ball. So evidently he's doing a good job
Right.
for what the offensive coordinator wants him to do. But I know last weekend there was a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
So can't be doing that good of a job. There's a lot of turnovers last weekend. So
Mhm.
probably he's got to be more consistent. You know what I mean? So,
Satterfield said as much. That's the next thing he said. Eliminate the highs and lows
Yes.
as an offense. How important is it as an offense to be able to, shake off a bad drive or even just a bad play and not let it snowball?
That's huge.
That's
I mean,
huge.
That's 80% of it. I mean, every play that you call. I mean, I think it's just football is just a matter of who operates the most
Yes,
efficiently.
execute.
When you call a play and it's blocked perfect and the running back hits their head on the goalpost, yeah. But when you're talking about trying to win big games, you have to be just that much more efficient for a longer period of time than your opponent on offense and defense and special teams. So, and that there's no other position that bodes for than the quarterback position, because how you play, his demeanor could be good. That's good to kind of be, Tom Brady's kind of he was like that. No, Tom Brady's always been fiery, but you don't want to see any panic out there. But that non-panic can't be highs and you can't be non-panic. Well, okay, let me say this. It was kind of like when I played with Eli, right? Well, actually, he was Elijah then.
He was Elijah Manning? That sounds wrong.
His name, first of all,
So
when he played, at times was he so bad he ain't deserved the name Eli.
We had that conversation.
His name was he was Elijah. So when he like in the playoff game we lost and he didn't play very well. He actually played horrible, right? He still had that stone face, calm, like blank, flatline demeanor. Well, you can't be flatline, cool, calm, and collective, and your game is like a stock market going crazy. And so that's, maybe that's something that they need to make sure to address, but you don't want him to be somebody that he's not. And, I think as it's, he's still feeling it out.
Yep.
Everybody's still, learning each other. I think the safe bet is to say that Jeff Sims is going to be the quarterback, number one quarterback. I do think if Casey is still around, he will be challenged to the utmost. I'm telling you this right now, and you know this. Because, and this is not anything from Jeff Sims. Casey Thompson can throw the football, period.
We saw that last year.
But he can throw the football, period. And with an offensive coordinator that can probably, and I'm only going to assume, but I can only go off of what I saw at South Carolina, right? As he started to learn Spencer Rattler, right? I mean, I haven't talked to Satterfield, but this is just when I watched him the first game of the season to when, obviously took off late in the season, is that he's able to call plays to protect the protection. Well, if you got Casey back there, and if these receivers live up to half the billing, right, and Marcus Washington takes a step forward, all the other guys come in and do the, whether the transfer portal and the tight ends and all that, it's going to be hard to be sitting over there unless Casey isn't fully healthy, and he's throwing and he's skipping rocks looking like Cam Newton, not to be thinking to put him in there. Now, that doesn't mean that Jeff Sims won't be starting, but it won't be like having Heinrich Hardberg be behind you where he's like, yeah, he's had a good spring, but he's never played.
But that's a legit QB1 behind you.
Yeah, this dude's been played. This dude, like you can Google and put him in YouTube and see him putting in work in the Big 12 and then come in here in the Big 10 and do it. Like he's done it. Like, and I mean, it ain't no joke. So, it's going to be interesting to see. I think that's going to be an interesting story. See how that shakes out. That's a good problem to have if they both go into camp like that. I don't know. I'd probably be a little surprised if it ends up like that.
Well, it ends up like Jeff being 1 and Casey being 2. I don't think they're going to announce a quarterback until fall camp.
Oh, they ain't going to announce the quarterback till the day before the game.
Yes.
But I would be very surprised if both of them end up at if Casey ends up at camp. I know that I'm only gonna guess.
You said you'd be surprised if he end up.
If
he's already graduated. He's already graduated, right? He's already in the master's program. There's a lot of places that need a quarterback. So I'm sure that
I got you.
Right?
Yeah. So on Casey, then Marcus Satterfield said he's right on schedule in his rehab from shoulder surgery. What does on schedule mean returning from an injury in spring ball?
Well, he had it before spring, so he had his surgery December or January.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount of months you have to rehab. So I'm guessing Casey will be fully free to throw late May, early June when they start off-season workouts. So I'm guessing he'll be released then. Then if he's still around, or then we'll see.
Yeah, I think it just means he hasn't had any setbacks.
Nope.
I think obviously the surgery went well. His rehab processes went well. I mean, Casey's a football kid, so I'm sure he's attacking his rehab like he would as his playbook. So, I think he's right where he needs to be. He's done some things. You've seen him, like at the beginning of practice doing some quarterback stuff. He's engaged mentally. He's doing everything that he can right now. And so, I think those two are kind of like in a section, right? Those two.
Tier to themselves.
Yeah. However that's going to work out. Battle it out. Jeff Sims starting. Casey playing some. Casey backing up. That's in there. The biggest questions and what everybody should be looking at on Saturday. Harburg, Purdy.
Smothers,
Torres. And that walk-on that just came in. Just name 5 quarterbacks.
Besides the first two.
Now, you got walk-on. That's 6 quarterbacks on the scholarship. But you got 5 quarterbacks vying for essentially for 2 spots. And so, but it's not all based on Saturday. It's what's led up to Saturday. So, ideally, who's ever been playing well through all these scrimmages and practices will be put in a position to play well come Saturday.
That's where I was going to go with you guys next. Do you want it at the end of this segment or do you want it next segment?
We'll go at the top of the hour because we got a short segment. So we're gonna just dive into NBA action. We'll just do the games tonight. Then we're gonna get more into spring ball at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, Austin, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for The Body Shop. I recently had an incredible massage from Dennis and his team at The Body Shop, and now a massage for you can possibly turn into a free massage for your mom. That's right, with every service you receive in April, your name is put into a drawing for a free massage gift certificate that can turn into a wonderful Mother's Day gift for the mom in your life. Book your appointment at thebodyshoplincoln.com and stop by their location at 48th and A. The Body Shop.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. We gotta always give little Rico, man, the love, man. He over here got us bopping, man.
He got Austin getting his groove on.
Rico's he's like Diplo, the DJ, man. You ever know what Diplo is? He's like he does the rave parties or whatever. That's Rico.
Got my man Austin grooving.
Yeah, man. So
I still haven't lost. I was in Nashville over the weekend, grooving.
Were you really?
Yeah. That's why I was gone on Friday. Bachelor party.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. It was a good time.
It was a lot of people down there, right? It's a big.
So what I was told was that there were 32,000 people just in Broadway on Nashville on that would have been Friday night. Saturday night there was a concert, so there were 72,000 people.
What concert?
Is it just country music, right?
Country. Luke Combs, Luke Bryan, one of those two.
Yeah,
72,000 people in like 6
Nashville.
blocks.
Just all country music,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
You don't like country?
I mean, I could tolerate it.
Oh.
I mean, it's okay. I don't dislike it.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say if you asked me, I like it or hate it. I'd probably say I like it. I don't know if I would,
don't love it.
Going to I wouldn't, seek it out. But if I had to go, I'd do it. But cool. You have fun. You came back in one piece.
I did.
I mean,
did you get it in? Did you get it in?
Did
you go hard in the paint?
Yeah.
I went hard enough to feel like I went hard in the paint, but not hard enough to regret it or feel uncomfortable.
That's a good
one. Yeah, that's good.
I was watching
smart.
a lot of game one of Warriors Kings at one of the bars.
Well, it's smart.
So.
You still got to have a good time, though. Yeah, you're lucky we didn't go with us because you wouldn't have came home.
You did right, Austin.
You did right, Austin. You did right by not telling us because we would have showed up, too. But anyways, we got a short segment, three minutes, so we're going to go a minute each. We got 3 games tonight. The first game, it was a blowout in the first one. Atlanta at Boston. Who do you guys got?
Boston.
Yep.
Yeah,
easy.
That's easy. That's just guaranteed. Just too much.
Trey, to me, they don't trade. Trey, he's non-existent.
Right. They don't use him right.
They don't use him right.
Yeah.
So, and then Boston, I think Boston has
too much.
They have too much.
Yeah, and they just farther along. They have more cohesive.
More cohesive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Rico's probably listening right now. Okay,
he had the jersey.
Listen,
on.
People like Rico had his jersey. He had the official jersey.
Jersey.
He had the one with the 2 sponsorships. Rico, I guarantee he went to bed in that thing last night. Woke up with it, man. So we're gonna talk about this New York Knicks at Cleveland. They won the first game.
Yes, and I can't see Cleveland dropping this one.
Yeah, desperation.
Desperation.
Yeah.
I just can't see. I think Donovan Mitchell's going to have a really good game.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland will get in this game.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Rico.
Yeah, I think Cleveland will win, but I think still New York has the advantage just because I think New York saw some. I think they came in expecting a different Cleveland team as far as competitiveness.
Yes.
I think they saw a big chink in their armor that they're just holding in their back pocket. If they can win 2 games in a row, thank you very much for doing business.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Cleveland will win this one just out of pure desperation. What you got, Austin?
Yeah, the issue for Cleveland is they don't have anyone Randall's size. Okoro's long, but Randall's thick. Yeah. So Okoro's got to find a way to disrupt Randall a little bit, and obviously someone's got to stick with Brunson better. But I think the desperation factor comes in. Cleveland gets it done.
Brunson, that dude.
Dallas is kicking themselves in the butt.
My man is barely 6'1", and he got the best mid-range post-up game in the league.
Smooth.
Yeah. And you know where he gets that from? That's from Villanova. Villanova posts up their guards a lot.
Yes.
And they with Jay Wright, they always had one of the best offense there. I hope he comes back to coach. Now the last one, we got a little Nebraska ties though. It's the Fighting Tyronn Lues, the Clippers, Chip City, as Marcellus Wiley likes to call them, at Phoenix, up 1-0, kind of an upset. Russell Westbrook was on one. From the time he got off the bus with that outfit on, my man got like a 20-pack. Like, dang, bro, you 30-something years old. But
he's in shape.
He's in serious shape. That's how he plays so hard.
That's why he plays hard.
And then you got Phoenix, where I don't know what's Kevin Durant looked like he was a little, like he was nursing something.
Well, he did have that ankle,
but he was deferring a lot to Chris Paul, to Booker.
He hit that big. He did hit that big time 3 though.
Yeah. But you would think in the first
game he was kind of
passive, extremely passive.
And
I don't know. I wouldn't say it was Kawhi's defense. I think it was Kevin Durant being.
But one thing I do like about that though, they both were guarding each other.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid of the challenge.
Right.
They accepted the challenge. Whereas you see other guys
run away from
each other. You know what I mean? But it's just everybody picks the Clippers. The Clippers are deep now.
Yeah, and the last month of the year they've been playing real well.
Ever since they got that, they've been.
Yeah, they've added. They got Zubac, and then they got Plumlee, and then they got what's this dude's the backup Hartenstein, and then they got the skinny kid Bones.
That's one.
And then they got
he gonna fight everyone on that team.
And then they got
the littlest dude on the court.
Yeah. Right. And then you got Gordon, who's just out there kicking it. Yeah, I mean, he used to be an all-star. He just out there just say, yeah, I'm still on the team.
He's feeding. He's playing his role.
Right, and then you got Russell Westbrook playing the best he's played.
So
up to now.
So
I'm gonna still pick Phoenix.
You're gonna pick Phoenix
because they're desperate and they're at home. I'm predicting a huge game from Kevin Durant.
I think I'm gonna go with you. I think I'm gonna go with Phoenix also.
And Devin Booker. I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see a light skin
Mamba
mentality.
Light skin assassin.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game wins in 6. That's my own prediction.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah. The Clippers played well, but I've seen them play really, really bad as well. So I'm gonna go with Phoenix. Good short segment. Then we're gonna jump on Wednesday's games tomorrow, or actually on Thursday. We'll talk about the results because I'm not sure if we're gonna be on tomorrow.
Nope.
At the top of the hour. We got a special guest calling in at 5:05 sharp, and I know he's going to call in at 5:05 sharp. You want to know why? Because my man don't miss a beat at all.
No.
Let me tell you something about this dude that I get up early, 4 o'clock. I was just, what I usually do is I test him because I'm gonna text you early. Kenny knows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you early.
Yes, he does.
And nobody really texts back. This dude calling at 5:05. He hit me back. I was like, oh, okay. I see what you on. Yeah. So we got a special guest calling at 5:05. Make sure you tune back in. Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for The Body Shop. I recently had an incredible massage from Dennis and his team at The Body Shop, and now a massage for you can possibly turn into a free massage for your mom. That's right, with every service you receive in April, your name is put into a drawing for a free massage gift certificate that can turn into a wonderful Mother's Day gift for the mom in your life. Book your appointment at thebodyshoplincoln.com and stop by their location at 48th and A. The Body Shop.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa Cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. With a premier facility that gives fans what they want, how they want to see it. And with a Saturday doubleheader, a Sunday Cup Series race, and great deals on kids' tickets, the views will get better all weekend long. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Sunny skies, warm, windy conditions here for our Tuesday, an afternoon high of around 78. Southeast winds could gust near 30 at times. We'll see a chance of scattered thunderstorms late this evening into tonight, with a low down to around 60. A high tomorrow of around 76 with another chance of evening thunderstorms. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, old school. Actually, hey, look, I want one thing about Austin. He keeps us on time.
On time.
He must know. He's like, man, we got a couple brothers on there, man. We got to make sure you're on time. Punctuality. Old school is back. Brought to you by the Mercado. Certified Piedmontese, special ingredients and butcher shop located at 84th and Havelock. Every type of meat and every type of cut. Go in there and ask them what's up. But without further ado, we have a special guest calling in. We're supposed to be at 5:05, but like every great friend, he's early. Mr. Bill Bush. What's up, Coach?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Bush, man, what's good, bro?
Oh, it's good to talk to you guys right now. I was just doing some stuff, listening to the show, trying to always listen to it as much as possible like that. So I'd check in a little bit, and I thought I wanted to talk a little old school spring game back when you guys played. back when stuff was real.
Hey,
not that it's not real now, but it was different. I remember Jay. Yeah, I was coaching Kenny at the time because I was a graduate assistant coach of the DBs.
Okay.
And I told him before the game, I go, hey, it's going to be live tackling. And he got all upset. He didn't want to go live.
Oh, for real?
So,
Kenny tried to act like he was a hard corner.
Don't you let that man pull. You see he's laughing. You see he's laughing.
Hey, Kenny said he was a hard cloud corner, coach. Now we know he was a he was a cover corner, huh?
No. Tell you what, he would put his face in the fan. There was never an issue with toughness or contact with Kenny Wilhite. That's for sure. That was not a thing we had to ever had to worry about too much like that. And he made the game-winning interception against Oklahoma, which I'm sure he brings up on the show.
No, I do not. No, I do not. Nope.
Coach, I wanted to ask you
ahead,
about back then versus obviously the rules changed, the kids have changed, and the situation has changed. Because back then, obviously, as a coaching staff, you didn't have to, really wasn't broadcast on CBS, so everybody could watch what you were doing. Now, I'm sure they could have some eyes in the sky, but they would really have to work hard to come and, kind of get a tip on what you're doing. But take me back to being in those staff meetings, because I felt like when, at least when, obviously when Kenny and I were in spring ball, that jobs were won and lost, with the spring game. Talk about that,
Jay.
and talk about before and after. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was, in the staff, as we would break things up, and there is a difference. Let's just trust me. I've been part of it on both sides with the numbers And right now, you just don't have the numbers with what we're like when both you greats were playing.
Right.
We're just offensive linemen, just a number of people. There's generally enough skilled people to play a lot more for the spring game. It's not quite the same, but there were games. I mean, it was on the line. Let's go out. Let's get good on. It wouldn't be good on good. It would be a red-white, but there was really good players on both sides, and it was also a chance to really stand out in that game. And the thing that they're doing now, and when I say they, Nebraska, with the quarterbacks being live, as you guys know, you guys never scrimmage when the quarterbacks weren't live.
Right.
And so that was. Go ahead, Jay.
I wanted to ask you, being a part of obviously LSU, winning. I mean, obviously being a part of the staff last year. How close can a program get to being as physical as they need to be in the spring and fall? Because to change the identity and mindset of a program, you know what I mean? Like when you come in as a new staff, do you think it's better to come in and have an extremely physical and hard spring camp, the first one, or do you work up to it based on what they can take?
I think you want to do what they can take, but it's like anything. It's just like I heard Coach Wilhite talking about how he's dealing with some of his players, right from the start. Well, you better have things buttoned up and disciplined and how you want to have them done, and the physicality. I've always felt, Jay, that the physicality when you're going against each other, it's all about the intensity during that rep. So sometimes you can limit the reps if you want to have less reps, but don't limit the intensity during those 4 seconds. And so if it's inside run drill, whatever drill it's going to be, those drills, because you can't do those drills. Kenny was on the fringe just because he was a corner, so he wasn't in it quite as much as you were every snap, Jay. But as well as I do is that you don't get any better with a 74% inside run drill.
Yeah. I wish Coach Osborne had a little bit more 74% into his repertoire, but really, I've been down to Alabama, and that's essentially, and I'm sure you guys did at LSU. Whereas the intensity is real high, but it's for very short periods of time. So I mean, that's just something that is interesting for people out there, that wonder what you can and can't do. I want to ask you, when you watch the spring game, Saturday, what from a coach's perspective, and being successful and know what it takes, and actually knowing what this team needs to be successful, right? I mean, right? And I mean, and what are you going to be looking for to possibly see a difference and be like, yeah, okay, I could see, at least what they're doing, or the possibility that they've gotten better here. What is a position group, or is it attention to detail? Is it a body types, or what do you think you're going to be looking for?
I know that the thing that would always stood out to me the most, Jay, would be just the overall picture and how crisp it is. And I'm talking about being lined up right. All 22 guys ready to play. They're getting plays signaled in. Substitutions are in and out, very crisp. Everything is very clean. You don't see palms up from someone on the field or on the sideline. All those things. I know that's what I always, was my biggest thing that I wanted to have happen. Same way if there was a period that I was in charge of, say when it was special teams, or then when Kenny came to help me when I was the defensive coordinator, you want to make sure that if people came and watched you practice, that they didn't talk about your scheme. They didn't talk about, I like that player. They just talk about how, Coach, I like how you practice, which means when the horn blows, we used to always say transition's part of the drill. So everything I look at, because very high functioning teams function very well in that area. That just the sloppiness and the little things are the things that you'll look for the most. And I know that was something that on the great staffs I was on, that we always was a huge strain to try to get that done. And I know, Coach Wilhite will be doing that with his team now on just how important that is. So I'll look at the overall picture. There's always going to be some unique things on spring game. If somebody has to change sides, sometimes there's somebody at halftime has to change sides because of position, or different things like that might come up. So that's not a negative with that. But you just want to see how clean they are, how fast you get lined up, and then pre-snap penalties, which means anything that that you can control. penalties are going to happen within the game. There's going to be a hold. There's going to be a PI. I want to see pre-snap like that. So there's no offsides. There's no illegal motion. There's none of those situations. There's no substitution errors. Those are things that you generally stand out with really good football teams. And I'm sure they'll look that way.
Hey, Bushman,
Yeah.
with you being a special teams guy, is there anything special teams wise that you'll be looking for? Whether it's the crispness of the snap to kick, the protection part of it on the punt team, and just anything special teams wise that you'll be looking for.
I without knowing the format, Kenny,
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would look the most on just on the ball strikers, on the kickers and punters,
Mm-hmm.
how well they're operating with that, because you just don't know how it's going to be, if they're going to be live kickoffs. That would be something you have to have a discussion on after the game to be able to see how that part of it gets done. But I would say the same thing. If there is a full live kickoff, you just want to see great timing on the kickoff team. You want to see assignment on the kickoff return team of ID and the right people. But you really want to see if they can punt the ball and if they can kick the ball. And it sounds like, if it says with what they're saying right now, that the weather is going to be 48, probably a little bit of wind. Well, guess what? That's just the way it is.
Yep.
When you play here in the fall.
Yep.
And so that's something that was always, you're talking to your specialist all the time. I know you were always out there at practice games. You know that anytime we had any form of weather, we never came inside for anything.
You were out
we just
there.
kicked in it the whole time. It's kind of the Tiger Woods playing golf in the rain type of thing, to try to get your mind right to what it feels like. Jay's a great golfer. It's not fun to stand on the tee box with a 30-mile-an-hour wind in your face. And so when you're the kickoff guy or the kicker and that's going on, that takes a lot of mental toughness to be able to strike the ball good. So I'd look for those people that are going to be putting their foot on the ball, be something will stand out the most.
One more question. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000,001 times, but being inside, watching you work, I've known you for a long time.
Old roommates.
Yeah.
Old roommates from Mexico State coaching staff.
When you got that call that you were going to be promoted to the defense coordinator, what went through your mind? And that's the first question. What went through your mind? And secondly, what did you want to get across to the defensive guys that they could buy into what you were going to try to get them to do?
Well, a couple things. The first thing was when Mickey said, I said, no, I'm good. And then he said, well, it's not really an option. And so I said, okay. And the first thing I did is I wanted to make sure our staff was in a good frame of mind, which you were. And then, one of the most important things was I talked to Mickey about it. I said, I know Kenny can't coach on the field, but I just need him in the room with me. I said, so, obviously that's why you were in the room with me and sat right next to me in all of our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big plus just because you knew me so well. And I think that was a big thing to really help me out. And then, the first meeting I know you were into, we went through and said, let's make sure we're not missing a player, went through every player. And I went through exactly what had to happen as a staff, for us defensive staff to stay together, and the why. Because the first thing I wanted to make sure it didn't happen was any sort of infighting or disagreements within the staff. And then if you remember, Kenny, I said, we're changing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't know the defense, and I can't call somebody else's defense because I don't know how to fix it if it's broke.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to change everything. If there's something that's the same, I changed and I learned the verbiage of what it was, so the young men didn't have to learn it different. And so that was the part and then that was able to be able to do that. And then practice was good. It was crisp, and they really bought into the total phase. I think it helped when we split things up in the back end and with the defensive backs and had two of us coaching back there. I think that was a big advantage for us. And then the kids were just phenomenal. I mean, it was like I said, I've been on a lot of teams down there at Nebraska that were unreal, played for a national championship there, won a national championship. And our walkthrough is, I think you agree with me, Kenny, that our walkthrough against Iowa was just as good as the walkthrough that we had against Clemson for the national championship game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was the kids were that locked into what they had to do. Here's the check. If they do this, here's what we're going to do. Okay, the next third down, anticipate this. And we go through our movement that we did in our walkthrough for about by 20, 25 minutes, and it was unreal. So just it's all the kids. It was all the kids, and obviously I owe you, so much for what you did, and just my respect for you two guys, for what you guys have done for your career, and I know what you played in at Nebraska at the time, and so hearing you guys on the radio was a lot of fun. That's why I called in. But like I said, I got so much respect for both of you former Black Shirts and being part of the Black Shirts at one time. But you two guys are everything of what those of what the Bones were meant to be. And I appreciate you guys a bunch. Thanks for having me on.
Hold on. You can't go off like that. You can't cut us off like that. Hey, first and foremost, I want to truly thank you. You were my coach. You believed in me. You gave me a lot of crap. You still give me a lot of crap. I was in a bad place. New Mexico State, you took me in. You got me through that. You taught me how to be a coach. And then this year, especially this year, watching you work and when you took over and how the kids responded to you, that's just a testament to you, your passion for the game, the coaching profession. And truly, you'll never find another guy, maybe myself, but that truly believes in the brand like you do. And
I appreciate that.
And I want to thank you.
And I do believe in those Huskers.
I know.
Like I said, that's why you'll hear nothing but positive things out of me, because you can't be up in front of the media. And like you guys know, and Jay knows this from being in front of the media so many times in different leagues, and you in the CFL, Kenny, that you can't get in front of the media and say how much you love this place, and then all of a sudden don't get retained and get let go, and then be like, this place sucks.
Exactly.
I know that's just not how it works.
Exactly.
And so I appreciate that. Like that. I remember one time, Jay, Kenny was he was upset. He had a lot of things going on. He was just upset like that. So we were living together. And so that's back when there was like no cell phones, anything like that. And so I slept on the floor outside of Kenny's room, make sure he didn't leave that night.
He got me through. Jay, if I told you, he got me through a really, really tough time in my life. You done playing, you don't know what you want to do,
right?
And then you having a lot of family issues,
right?
And
And
it got me in a place that where,
I think
he was there.
Yeah, I think that's just the Nebraska way.
Yes.
We talk about the Nebraska way. You look out for each other. You do what you can. You never let anybody go. And that's when people say it's different in Nebraska. When I always say coaching here is different, you got to be like, if you are not like that.
Yes.
I do not care if you have a couple like flash in the pan. You just won't, because that's what makes Nebraska special. I want to ask you this, Coach, before we let you go.
Sure.
You know Kenny is as good as I do, probably better, because you coached him. Give me two. I already know the answers. Right? I already know the answers. Okay, but I want you from a coach's perspective and somebody that's coached him, seen him grow as a coach. Give me 2 or 3 things that he's gonna need to know, and what that he's gonna do well at his personality to be successful as he takes on this next job as a head coach.
Well, the first thing is going to be with the great staffs that I've been on, and the Coach Osborne. I've been on numerous ones on this. I'm not going to name everyone, but total alignment is the first thing. And that means from your coaching staff, from the head coach down to the coaching staff, to the trainers, to the players, total alignment. There are no independent contractors in his program, and there won't be, but it always sounds easy to say that, Jay, but it's hard.
It's the hardest thing.
It's hard to have total alignment, and everyone's like, this is who's in charge, this who handles this part of it. Everyone's in total alignment of what we're trying to get done. That part is really hard to do, but Kenny will have a great plan to be able to do that. The next one is to be where the great coaches I've been around, and I've heard it, that I know this is Saban to a T, is time management. They talk about Saban's like his staff meeting starts at 7:30 every morning. No one shows up in the room until 7:28, but at 7:29:59, that meeting's starting, and it's efficient. And then they're off to the next thing and the next thing. The guys I know that have worked for Saban, and when I worked for Urban Meyer was like this. Kyle Whittingham was like this. Coach Ogeron was like this. The time it was so of the essence that nothing was wasted. It wasn't cool and like that. The head coach starts the meeting. Here's what we're getting done. Here's what we're getting accomplished. Because you can waste so much time and just all of a sudden just be like, we could have had this done sooner or just more efficiently. So time will be the really big one. And then trying to figure out the most of with your players is going to be who are your true football players. And sometimes you can get caught up with he's interesting. He's got some talent. How much do I give? Until all of a sudden, then the rubber has to hit the road to make sure that you have like that. Because sometimes you get caught up. He's pretty talented, but then is he going to be enough? Is that going to hold true to hold the full team together as a unit and to be able to get those guys all underneath one umbrella? So that'd probably be the three things, which he has all those in his repertoire. So I think he'll crush it in that area.
That's good. I couldn't agree more, man. I just think the attention to detail, and I think the biggest thing in this day and age, along with you, is that I always said this, that when I went to the NFL, it was a disappointment from the coaching because I had such good coaches at Nebraska. I think around the college profession, since we're talking about college, I think there's a lack of guys that really want to coach for the right reasons. You two happen to be coaching and in the business for the right reasons. So with that being said, you guys are already 8 steps ahead on a 10-step program to get there. So that alone, I know Kenny will be successful. We appreciate you coming on. We're gonna have to start doing some stuff here in the future. I'd love to. Anybody that gets up like early, like Bill Bush, like I do, and Bill Bush is up, is always a kid to mine because then I know I got somebody I could text that early. So
I like between the three of us like that. We're never like in a group text. But I'm texting Kenny all the time. I'm texting Jay all the time.
Yeah.
One last thing I wanted to bring up to ask both of you, and I think this has been, I want to say it's a problem, but I think there's been something, and I think it's made like a miraculous comeback here maybe in the last year or two maybe, is that just that there was so much, put on during your guys' time and the great success, right? And then there's been different coaches, but these guys are all Huskers. Has that been getting better with guys that played for Callahan, that played for Bo, that played, for Riley, that played, for Scott, all those guys for us right there? Because no matter how it comes out, it's Nebraska. And it's the same thing. There hasn't been some of the great success, but do you guys think that that's gotten itself in a little bit of better way? Because I always thought it was a little fragmented at times when different coaches came through on how you were looked at being what era you played.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me again, 9 years, you were there before me, a couple of years with Callahan, but just being there those 9 years, there's a disconnect. Jay noticed it. A lot of former players come back, and you noticed it since you've been back. But it's gotten better, but it can be a lot better. Like you said, it's if it's going to be the Nebraska way, then
you can't change it.
Because everyone played with the same love and passion.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes the results were not the same as some of the things that you guys experienced.
Exactly.
At that time. But I do think it's getting better. I felt that through the Cole Pensick thing, Kenny, with that
Yes.
group of people throughout. I felt that there's a lot of good things, but I know this, like I said, I can't be a bigger Nebraska fan. I'll always be that. And like I said, like that, to have you guys as friends is unreal, because the listeners, they still don't grasp how good both of you were and how you did everything the right way. And that's the stuff that matters the most. So there's a lot of you, but I really enjoy both of you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Coach.
man. And I'm gonna be texting you early. I gotta get up at 3:30, man. I gotta be the first one.
Well, y'all can have all of that. Text me.
No.
Text
Hey,
me
Coach,
after 7 a.m.
Text him early.
Text
Get
me
it.
after
Hey, he gotta
7
get on
a.m.
the head coaching hours.
Yeah, you're
You gotta
right.
be
That
up
doesn't start until
24/7.
May, though.
Okay, we're gonna break you in. We're gonna break you in.
That doesn't start till May 30th.
I get nowhere to go.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, Coach, man. Had a good, enjoy your rest of your night. Watch some basketball. We'll be right back. after
Tell the
the
family
show.
I said hi, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. We appreciate Bill Bush calling in, man. It's always good, man. He's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of energy, insight.
You said the word energy.
Energy. Real energy, not the fake energy.
Not the fake energy.
Energy.
That's real energy.
And it's efficient energy. He doesn't have, sometimes people have a lot of energy and they just are like scattered, like
all over the place.
All over the place. No, his energy is extremely focused. And I can say this, that I can say it now that obviously he's not, down there anymore. Came down there and we talked a little bit, sat up, we, kind of talked about defense and stuff like that when he first was taking over. Or Mickey obviously was head coach and he was a D coordinator. And one thing when you asked him about when he had to take over as defensive coordinator, he goes from special teams coordinator, essentially the defensive coordinator. That's a totally different thing. You worry about, let's be honest, like, okay, field goal PAT and field goal, the same thing.
The same thing.
You might got one fake field goal, one fake punt left, punt right, most thing is kickoff and kickoff.
Kick
return.
it to the back, kick it out the end.
Right, but the kickoff return and punt returns really are non-existent because of the way they moved it up and the way that people are kind of punting now, especially with the spread formation of punt. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't have a lot, but when you go to be a coordinator and then he wanted to change everything, but the fact that when I sat down and talked with him, when he was talking about it, it looked like it had been in all season. And that's why I think the defense was so good, because his ability to communicate so efficiently and effectively.
And the key thing he said was what I've always said: dumb it down so your players can play fast. It was different coverages and different. I mean, coverages are the same. Let me rephrase that. But the verbiage, get them to buy into the verbiage. But if it was something that was similar to what they use, he used it so they can play.
Right.
That's the part that blows my mind. I mean, Coach Bush has been around football a long time. There's got to be a lot of football words rattling around in his head, but to learn someone else's, verbiage to use just for the kid's sake for 9 games, who does that?
He does.
Bill Bush does that.
I mean, a good coach that's doing it for the right reasons, right?
Yeah.
And I won't say that other people didn't, but that generally cares about the program and the kids within the program, you're going to have success.
Yeah, I think he's from Pender. And,
yes.
What's funny is that I was down at the state basketball tournament. Pender ended up winning the state tournament. Bill Bush down there. I mean,
eating popcorn.
Hey, he didn't see me, but I saw him. He was down there like he was in the
he was still in high school.
And it's still in high school, cheering him on. But that lets you know who he is and what he's about. And so for him to be able to get the team defense to, first of all, Mickey to kind of be the overseer, and then Bill Bush to kind of take his section and take on a huge challenge. If he really wasn't coaching for the right reasons, he wouldn't have took it, because
you heard he told Mickey no.
Right. It's just not an
and
option.
Mickey said,
I like how Mickey said it's not an option. So I just want you to say it. Just say it with me, Bill Bush. We are going to do this.
We're going to do this. So, and I think
it with me.
The reason why Bushman didn't want to do it is, let me rephrase that. And again, hopefully I'm speaking the right way for him. I think he thought taking over at that time wasn't a good time for him. But then when Mickey told him,
I
need you, the brotherhood kicked in and his love for the university. So, and he jumped in
head first. Remember, it was a bye week. I think he took the whole bye week. He
stayed up there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know this, but the guy lived in that office. Because he wanted what's best for this program.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was one of the GAs that came in when I was meeting with him. I'm thinking he wanted me to come down there at like 8. Yeah, 6 o'clock. He was like, "Can you come?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm up. I'm texting. Just let me know. I gotta take me 20 minutes to get down there." But somebody came in and needed something for practice. The ability to stop talking to me, focus extremely on him. This is what I want. This is what I need. He knew.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So I think that's a good deal. And look, man, it's always great to have him on. We're fortunate to be privy to a lot of that stuff.
Yep.
With good coaches and stuff like that. And I think when you think that he's watching and he's pulling for some of these players, and because he knows what they're made of, and you do as well. And everybody wants to. I always say I want to be. Hopefully, before I turn 60, we can go to Indianapolis or wherever they're going to have the championship game with the expansion. As far as the Big Ten, and
will there be a championship game with the expansion of the league?
Right, they'll just probably send you an email.
Yeah, they'll just play 1 versus 2 instead of division winner versus division.
Wherever
winner.
it's at, I'd like to get off the plane thinking that Nebraska's going to win, and he feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'll say this, and then we'll just move on and talk about some more spring. Here's what people did. Here's the perspective that people didn't look at Bill Bush accepting to become the defensive coordinator. You actually get less job security.
Yes.
Because, and this is what people don't understand, is because generally, if they don't retain the head coach, they're not going to retain the coordinator.
Nope.
But if you're a special teams coach, those guys are hard to find, and he has a background in defensive back coach and recruiting. So you're taking a risk, financially and job-wise.
That's what
and security-wise.
That's where I was going with it. The job security part with being a coordinator. defensive coordinator, like he said,
right?
Other than the special teams coordinator,
right?
That
Because
was part of it.
You got to
too.
think if just say he took it over, and the defense obviously got better, obviously.
Yes.
So, it was obviously a tip in the hat in the positive way. But if he took over, say like when Mike Riley was here, and you got guys out there not playing hard and all this other stuff, well, they're not talking about the previous defensive coordinator. They're talking about the last one.
Yep.
So essentially now you're looked at as a defensive coordinator, even though you've been there 9 weeks. Now it works out in the positive if they either bring you back or you get a head coaching job, but it does give you same with Mickey.
Yes.
When Mickey became the interim head coach,
lamed up.
There is some lack of job security because now you're evaluated as a head coach, and the chances of anybody keeping an interim coach, right, wrong, or indifferent, are slim to none.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some things like maybe they're still paying a coach or coaches a ton of money. They're trying to keep you as a holdover, so you're really not employed. You're kind of getting paid just to do it. So for Bill Bush to do it, that takes some cojones, right? Then it takes some selflessness, right? And it takes somebody that's doing it for for a bigger purpose. Well, you talk about that. We talk about black shirts. We talk about that. That's it, right? You got to have some cojones.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be strong, tough, focused, and all this other stuff. You got to play and do something that's more important to you, even though it's not going to sometimes work out in your favor. And then even though it's not going to potentially work out in your favor, you exceed expectations. So that's what he's done. So, obviously Kenny will do the same. But Kenny, I wanted to ask you about the most stacked room, because I think on Twitter somebody said that Coach McGuire must have took the receivers out.
They went to one of them fancy places.
I love that place. It wasn't a fancy place. It's cook in front of you place.
That's what's that?
Hibachi.
Whatever.
Hibachi, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? You
got
to get on
that's
the grill.
not me. See,
Ain't
that's
you. That's right. You don't like shrimp.
Burgers,
pizza, and
wings.
Yardbirds.
Except for you're not doing wings with us.
So for you listeners out there, they're trying to get me to do this wing challenge.
Okay, so
hold on,
the
keep your
people
shirt on.
involved.
Keep your shirt on.
DP is trying to get you to do
it. So keep your shirt on. Austin did it.
No, I haven't done it.
He wants me to do it with him.
Yeah, it's me and Strick doing it.
Yeah.
One thing I don't do.
I can't wait to see Strick doing it.
I don't.
That needs
I like
to be
to
on
enjoy my food.
Yes, I'm with you.
That need to be on
I'm
Allo.
with you.
Strick needs to be that. You need to have that on every social district.
I will watch you and Strick do y'all little wing challenge.
He's gonna be there,
and I'll make sure y'all have water or milk or whatever you need. I'm a team player. I'm there for you.
We know that about you. We appreciate that about you.
I am not. I like to enjoy my food. I don't like spicy food, and I won't do a challenge to do a challenge.
It's not spicy.
I'm being told it's a rite of passage.
Y'all had my man Jay out there with his shirt off in 14-degree weather in Nebraska because he did it.
That stuff is hot.
He out there butt naked.
I was out there shirt off. I don't
shirt
care.
off because he was on fire, sweating bullets because he tried that wing challenge.
If they had snow out there, I would have jumped in the snow. You know how they, in the cartoons when somebody jumps in the snow and you see their body, that's what I would have done. I would have ran right to the snowbank.
I got your back. I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna help you out, coach you through it. I'm a good coach, but I'm not doing it.
Motivate, Kenny. Motivate.
Yeah. Kenny, I got you.
I wanted to ask you, man, about how can a staff with I think 16 receivers in there. I mean, evaluate throughout the spring because there's so many. So you're spreading reps among a lot of guys. Forget the spring game because that's kind of
that's superficial. Let me rephrase that. It's not superficial, because
it's for the fans.
It's for the fans,
right? I mean, you're gonna get some work.
You're gonna get some work,
but it ain't like practice.
No, like Coach Bush alluded to, it's not like how it was with us back in.
So how can you separate? Now you got Marcus Washington.
You've had
and all them
3 weeks, 4 weeks to separate them.
What would be the separator though? I guess that's the big question.
You grade them every practice.
Make a play. Is it who fits a role? Because you could be the number 4 outside receiver and be legit because not a lot of difference between 2, 3, and 4, and I could be the number 6 slot / move guy tight end. Say if he's third and third, but I'm
Travis,
on. But
Allen.
Right, but I'm on the roster, more secure on the roster than say you because was it special teams? I can catch more, or I fit into this offense more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that work, man? Because you got some guys that can actually still play that might not be around.
Yeah, and it's the same for the running back room. You got 6 running backs, 6 pretty good running backs, I think.
Yeah.
There ain't enough balls. There's only one ball, right?
And most running backs want more than
They want more than
6 carries.
6, 7 carries.
You can't get in the rhythm.
You can't get in a rhythm of 6, 7 carries. So to answer your question, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. You got 4 weeks to try to evaluate 16 players at one position. Unless you're going to have to evaluate every play in practice. 1-on-1s, 7-on-7, half line, team. You have to.
Right.
And grade it. And
harshly.
And then you come to
the consensus.
Consensus after the spring game. These are the top 6. These are the next 4.
Right. And that's usually about your keep, right?
That 12 is the most.
Right. Let me ask you this. Has a receiver coach ever asked you your opinion on the receiver?
Yes.
So say like you're in a tight race between 2 guys.
Yes.
Like, Kenny, what do you think?
Yes. I mean, Mickey's asked me.
Right.
Past receivers coaches have asked me.
Right.
And then as a coach, as a DB coach, I would ask the receivers coach,
right.
Hey, what do you think of, do you think he's a good? And then, you get other things from other coaches, and then it helps you out too.
I always wanted to ask, I should ask Coach Bush this. I'm going to ask you, though, because obviously you're a coach. And you hear a lot about this sometimes in basketball, which is, to me, it's the dumbest thing ever, because Luka Doncic and Joker are probably one of the most least athletic super Hall of Famers ever. Athletic ability versus being a good player, right? Where is the line drawn, right? Because I know it depends on the coach, because it's in the eyes of the beholder. But in staff meetings that you've been in, at what point in time do you draw the line? And it's like, we got to get past height, length, arm length, athletic ability, potential, and say, you know what? Kenny Wilhite can ball.
I don't know if you remember, I told this story, but Coach Bush's guy, Coach Darlington, that's his guy. And Coach Bush learned a lot from Coach Darlington.
Sure, as you should.
As he should. Like you said, Coach D got us. But Coach Darlington came down to Southeast Missouri State when we were there. And he took over the safeties.
Coach Darlington.
Coach Darlington took over the safeties, and I just had the corners.
Okay.
But he was in between jobs, so Coach Sam said, come down,
Yeah.
So we had this one safety. And no offense, but he was white.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach D swore up and down. I mean, knockdown, drag out argument with Coach Darlington, who was my coach. I respect him. And again, you're going to have those type of discussions, but then you got to put them aside and do what's better for the team. So knockdown, drag out argument about a specific player that he said, that kid can't play. He cannot play. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take him. And here's the reason why. Smart, lesser athlete, but he was smart. Technician, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he knew the defense. Smart, technician, and he knew the defense, right?
Next thing you're going to say, he's a lunch pail guy. First one in, last one out.
He studied. So I took him at corner. I mean, this is in a game now. At halftime of a game. And so I had to talk the kid. The kid was ready to go to the bus. Right? Bruh. The kid was ready to go to the bus.
Right.
I grabbed the kid. I said, you come in the corner. Period. You come in the corner. Cover 2. Perfect funnel. 3 shuffles out. Turned his butt to the sideline. Pick. Looked at Coach D. I said, I told you. And he wanted to say something.
Yeah.
But because I believed in him,
right.
And Coach D swore him down, like you said, the lesser athlete, you're going to take your lumps with a guy that doesn't know what he's doing back there.
Right.
So let me have him, lesser athlete, perfect technique. Like he saw, we practice every day.
Technique, teaching
tape, bro. I'm telling you, he fell off, opened up, picked.
Yeah.
And I said, I went to the kid, I said, thank you, I told you. I said, just hang in there.
Right.
We're going to get this right.
Right.
So
yeah. I mean,
it can be
It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be within reason.
It's got to be within reason.
Like I always say, you can't have a lineman that's 5'8", but you got to. I mean, you got to get off. We ain't in a position to be worrying about it, whether he's 6'2", 6'2.5", and 6'3".
And Coach Bush will tell you he had a 5, maybe 5'8". I was 5'8.5", and he had a starting corner for him that was probably 5'7.5". But he was an animal.
Right. I mean, you got to think from.
So you saying size again at that position? Then we had a receiver. He's a director of player development down in New Mexico State there too. And he's probably 6'2", 6'3", and the kid would battle him, and he was put together. And the little DB was a dog. So you don't sacrifice for the team, but if there's a little in there, and that lesser athlete, but he's smart and a technician, take him a long way.
Yeah, I believe that too, because I think a lot of guys get overlooked, and I think you can gut your team if that's what you focus on first.
Yep.
Because then you're essentially lying to yourself based on looks.
Yes.
And if you don't have anything in the engine, it's like those people that drive around and they'll have like a Lamborghini body but a Nissan engine. Straight up. It is. It's the same. It's a weird analogy, but it is. You're like, oh man, that's a Lamborghini. Straight up.
Yeah.
Okay, you put a true Lamborghini here, or no, you put a let's just say a Lexus, and then the Lamborghini with the fake engine there. You going right to that thing. You just missed this Lexus that's going to drive for 12 years and only have all you got to do is change the oil.
Oh yeah.
Right. This one then broke down, and now you ain't got no warranty on it because once they pick up the engine, they say, "Hey, look, man, you know you brought."
I've been in several of those meetings.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted. I mean, just with the spring game, with I think Matt Rule's approach is he's looking for football players, so it's totally different. But I always want to ask a staff, where does the line drawn? Because I think depending on the staff, depending on the level, sometimes these coaches can outthink themselves. Not saying this has nothing to do with the present staff. They can outthink themselves, and you can I always say you get caught with your pants down because you end up going to end up losing.
And I'm sure, like you said, the present staff, I'm sure they have knockdown, drag out argument about guys on the team.
They should.
You're gonna
if I believe in Austin,
there you go.
I believe in Austin. If I believe in Kenny, you're like, hey, I know
you're gonna
can
stand
play
on the table for him. So there's gonna be difficult conversation. That's gonna have to happen
real soon.
Come Sunday.
See, here's
we talked about
here's
it.
The thing.
Maybe Saturday afternoon.
If it's me, I don't even need to be waiting to Sunday. Let's have these conversations right now.
So, but again, those conversations
within
have
the
been
staff.
Within the staff. They've taken place. And again, Bushman will tell you, even when he was on, some of the guys didn't agree with each other. But again, once you think about it, once you walk out that door,
you got to be a professional.
And it's for the betterment of the team.
Cool. That's a great segment right there. We're going to come right back, and we're going to ask Kenny the one position group that's going to stand out on Saturday. Kenny Wilhite, Jay Foreman, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Hey, it's It's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Quick segment. It was 90 seconds. Now we're at 84 seconds. So we're at Randy Moss seconds. So we're going to ask Kenny one position group and the player that you're looking forward the most to see what he does in the spring game.
Running back. Because of quarterback, like I said,
yeah.
Running back position, see if they could find holes with the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm looking for my guy, Marcus Washington, to do his thing. He's got to take over the reins from Trey. So,
yeah, I mean, I think I'm right there, running back room. I'm really interested to see what the offensive line looks like, just to see the depth, right? I think you kind of know potentially that. I think, Coach Donnie's going to demand the effort. They're going to go out there and try to be physical, but I'm going to see who's behind him. The one player, all the outside linebackers. Jamari Butler going to do his thing.
You've been talking about him for a while.
Alabama Slammer.
Alabama Slammer.
Yeah, he's from like Mobile or something like that. So I'm gonna get the Jamari going to go ahead and get busy.
Nice.
Good show today. Thanks, Bill Bush, for calling in. Congrats to
Coach.
Kenny again.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back Thursday, it looks like, because they got the high school game.
That's right.
The first one,
Yeah.
high school game. So we potentially could be streaming.
Young
If
lady
not,
gonna come do her thing.
we'll see. Or we'll talk to you guys Thursday. We are out.